2 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here's the city news on OGBC. My name is Blessing Agbontine. As part of effort to boost housing delivery in the country, the federal government has inaugurated 4 presidential committees to reform the housing sector under the renewed Hope agenda. The committee, comprising housing institutions, reform task force, multi-agency project delivery team, land review tax team, and building material manufacturing hub tax team, were given 8 weeks to submit their recommendations. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangewa, who inaugurated the committee in Abuja, stated that researchers and experts have started to that most of the housing plans and policies since independence failed to deliver as expected. According to architect Dangiwa, to achieve the target of the building, a $1 trillion economy, housing must be prioritized. The minister explained that comprehensive housing sector reforms that deliver decent and affordable housing in Nigeria must be reviewed and upgraded. Healthcare workers have been directed to implement the standard infection prevention and control (IPC) measures to check the spread of Lassa fever in the country. The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC), Dr. Ifedayo Adetifa, gave the directive in an interview with newsmen on Tuesday in Abuja. The complaint of Lassa fever. Healthcare workers should have high index of suspicion for Lassa fever in individuals who have not responded to standard anti-malarial treatment. He added that the suspension should also apply to resistance of treatment for other common infectious diseases within 48 to 70. The Oyo State government says preliminary security agencies that rocked the Bodija area of Ibadan Tuesday was caused by explosive devices stored by illegal miners. Is known in a tweet this Wednesday, informing that ongoing governor that those found culpable for the explosion will be brought to book. He added that 2 persons lost their lives, while 77 others were injured. Residents will be calm, promised that those houses whose houses were affected by the explosion will be supported to rebuild their lives while the medical bills of victims will be paid by the government. In the meantime, the National Emergency Management Agency had made it known that over 20 houses were affected in the Tuesday night explosion that rocked the Bodija area of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. NEMA, in the statement this Wednesday, said there is no information yet on casualty figures as search and rescue operations is still ongoing. The agency told residents of the state that security has been beefed up in the area, while arrangements for more support to facilitate the operations are in progress. The Rivers State House of Assembly this Wednesday asked the 9 commissioners who resigned their position last time to take a bow and go. The parliament, led by the Right Honourable Martins Amehuri, on Monday invited the commissioner of for a screening as part of the 8-point peace agenda signed by Governor Similaye Fubara and the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister, Mr. Nyesom Wike, following a meeting with President Bola Tinubu in Abuja. During plenary at the legislative quarters, the Speaker read the letter from Governor Fubara requesting the screening and confirmation of the commissioner nominees. The Assembly, the Right Honourable Olak laws that would enhance the development of the state. The Speaker gave the assurance in his welcome address on Tuesday during the first plenary of the year. He reminded his colleagues of the need to serve the electorate diligently and ensure their progress, urging them to work together for the growth of the state. Still at home, the government has again expressed displeasure over the attitude of some parents who use their children for arm begging, saying any parent caught will be prosecuted. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Adijat Adeleye, gave the warning this midweek in an interview with staff reporter Toyin Oyelumade in Abeokuta. Honorable Adeleye explained that many of the children on the streets are there due to laziness, as they see arm begging as an easy way of making money, noting that some parents intentionally send their children to go for arm begging to feed the family. She informed that those who genuinely do not have the means of survival are taken off the streets and established, while those who return to the streets after they are dealt with will, when caught. From the Temple of Justice, the Supreme Court this Wednesday reserved judgment in an appeal by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Alhaji Saidu Umar, against the election of the Sokoto State Governor, Alhaji Ahmed Aliyu. The five-member panel, led by Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, adjourned the matter for judgment after listening to the argument from the parties involved in the appeal. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja had affirmed Alhaji Aliyu election on the platform of the APC Congress APC. The PDP and its candidate had alleged that the governor and his deputy, Mr. Idris Gobir, were not eligible to contest in the governorship polls. Meanwhile, the police command in Kano has arrested five persons for allegedly promoting violence and constituting nuisance while celebrating the Supreme Court's judgment on the state governorship election. The State Commissioner of Police, Malam Hassan Gumel, made this known in an interview with newsmen in Kano this Wednesday. Malam Gumel said some supporters of the new Nigerian People's had clashed with those of All Progressive Congress (APC) in Gaya local government while celebrating their party apex court victory. He said the arrested five suspects will be charged to court. The police was assured of the commitment of the police to providing adequate security for citizens and encouraged them to go about their legitimate businesses. On sport, the Minister of Sport Development, Senator John Eno, has made a rallying call to the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they prepare for a crucial clash against a second group game at the African Cup of Nations. The minister charged the team to make amends for Sunday 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea by securing a victory against their host. He assured them that the government and people of Nigeria are behind them. The minister also extended his best wishes to the coaching staff, supporting personnel, and the entire Nigerian football community, just as he engaged fans to rally behind the Super Eagles and create an atmosphere of unwavering support. Meanwhile, Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro had confirmed that Belgium-based Al-Hassan Yusuf will not play a part in Thursday's Group A game against host Cote d'Ivoire at the opening 2023 African Cup of Nations. OGBC reporter Bayo Adegboyega, who was at the pre-match news conference held this Wednesday at the main center Palacia de la Culture in Abidjan, reports that Yusuf, who made a remarkable debut for the Super Eagles in the 1-1 draw against Equatorial Guinea on Sunday, is undergoing further assessment to ascertain the severity of his injury, going by the words of Coach Pesero. Pesero is, however, hopeful that the Royal Antwerp man will return on time to take part in the last group a game against Guinea-Bissau. That was the City News on OGBC, packaged by Chris Obu.